Hello, welcome to Get Your Mind On. I'm Lori Stoss. I had the opportunity this week to sit down with a couple leaders. And the first one that I recall that stuck with me all week was this gentleman who was very experienced and very calm and very smart and just talked a lot about what he did. Well, he was a very well-known leader, but by that conversation you would have no idea about the impact that he's made in our community and in the business world today. Another day I had a conversation with a leader who I don't think I talked very much, and I learned a lot about him and what he did well, and it was all about him. And he works in a larger organization, and I thought it was kind of interesting because it was a lot about what he had done and not a lot about what they had done as an organization or his team. So I just reflected this week about leadership, and of course I'm studying leadership all the time, but really when you look at leadership, everybody wants to become a better leader. So you look at those scenarios and you all have met different leaders, and I want you to step back and think about who are the ones that you think about? Who are the ones that have stuck in your mind that you want to follow? Who are those ones that you just go, wow, that person's been a great leader to me, or I see their leadership affecting others every day, because people really want to follow them. Well, those leaders are leaders with humility. Those leaders are people who know what they do well, but they don't show it. It's all about everybody else. It's not about them. When there's challenges in leadership, they take the blame. They take the blame and they step up for the team and they solve the problem. And how have they got there? Are they experts? Because some people wonder, well, when we talk about strengths and what you do best, and I teach people to show their value in what they do best, it's like, well, I want to be humble. Well, you can still be an expert and be humble. You need to be an expert and be humble. Because if you're already an expert in something, you know what it takes to become an expert. Therefore, you know there's lots of things that you don't know. And if you keep your mind open about other things that you don't know, you know that to become an expert in something else, it takes a lot. So a leader with humility is an expert in what they know they do well, and they share that with others, and they keep their control, but in a calm, peaceful manner, bringing everyone else with them. That's a leader of humility. And that they know that there's openness to the things that they don't know, and they know who to turn to when they have a challenge or they have an issue. They know what they do best, and they surround themselves with the rest. They give others the credit for the work that they do. And it's all about moving things together. So let's talk about humility and how you can really be that humble leader. And I think that expertise piece is important, and to know what you do well. We all do something well, and we need to lead with that. And we really need to think about, what do I do well, and how can I appreciate others and bring others together? And it's about we. It's not about I. And so thinking about what we can do better and how you as a leader can lead people, and really think about looking around you instead of within you. When you look at leadership in this way, in humility, those leaders with humility, they're looking around them to see who is around them and what they can learn. Those leaders without humility, they're looking around them and wondering what leaders can do to make them better. And I'm sure you're thinking about someone like that. So think about how you can look around yourself as a leader to think about those people who you can make better, and how you can utilize to make everything better that you're working to accomplish, versus going, how can they help me? And I know we've all had some of that. And sometimes you may go, gosh, let me step back to see, what am I doing? So I really want you to think about that this week for Positive Charge, is step back and think about, what kind of leader are you? Are you a humble leader? Do you know what you do best? And when you look around and think of others, how do you utilize them? Are you utilizing them to reach a common goal? Are you utilizing them to make you better? So step back, think about humility and leadership, because we all know what we do well. And it's not thinking less of ourselves and not being confident, but it's thinking about more about others and more about what we can accomplish together as leaders. When you think about this world today, and in all the roles you serve as a leader, whether that's a leader in your organization, a leader in your community, a leader of your family, it's really about bringing people along that we can all accomplish something together. That might be your family at home. But that's your role. Look at your role. You can be humble, but you know what you do well. You're confident. You give others confidence because you help them see what they do best, and you can all succeed together. Thank you for joining us today, and remember to get your mind on.